Now, from Louisiana's news channel, this is 9 News This Morning.
Now for an update on the situation at Airgas in Geismar, we go back to Lauren.
Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, according to a statement from Airgas, the store where this happened, the fire began in the laboratory area of the fill plant facility at approximately 4:30 this morning. Now, the building was immediately evacuated. One employee was treated for minor injuries from what we understand, but it's going to be okay. The Airgas Emergency Response Organization has been dispatched and is on their way to the plant to conduct an internal investigation into the cause of the fire. Again, this coming from a statement from Airgas within the last hour. That fire, thankfully, has been extinguished. Stay with us. Up next on CBS This Morning, actor Jude Law is in Studio 57 discussing his new role as Pope Pius XIII, who isn't exactly a pillar of piousness. From us at 8:55, parents, we're talking about school flood recovery and how to apply for the state's scholarship program. First, though, Diane has your forecast.
Johnny, boy, busy day for lawmakers up at the Capitol today. They're going to attempt to find some ways to fill a $300 million plus budget gap. Now, we've already been told many departments are going to be hurting after the inevitable budget cuts to come. Our Kevin Fry is going to be up there. Keep you posted on later editions of 9 News at WAFB.com. One department that's already been cut pretty much to the bone right through it over the years, higher education. $8.5 million in cuts at LSU have been proposed again here to close a budget gap left over from last year. According to LSU President F. King Alexander, this is going to be the 16th cut in 9 years for this school. This means courses have been cut. LSU's down 500 faculty members from a decade ago, many of them actually taken by rival schools prepared to pay more, or pretty much anything. Also on the Capitol docket today, body cameras for police. The Body Camera Implementation Task Force is going to be meeting this afternoon. Members of that task force are expected to present new guidelines for body camera use and procedures, which would, of course, then be handed down to all Louisiana agencies who actually use the cameras. Baton Rouge Metro Council also taking on policing reform. Of course, reform's been a hot topic in the capital city since the deadly shooting of Alton Sterling over the summer. Today's meeting in City Hall going to be serving kind of as the jumping off point for creating and implementing some new policies, maybe some new attitudes. It's also, of course, the big issue for incoming Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome. She's promised to address that as well. We'll see. Again, maybe the conversation and more than that gets going today. All right, stay with us. Coming back with a look at what you can expect from us tomorrow on 9 News This Morning. As the weather to come, it's going to impact not just the drives, but on the interstates, but surface streets and just, well, everything today and into the week as well. That's coming up. Of course, we're going to keep you updated on that forecast all day. Hit the app. You're going to need it today, the free weather app. Speaking of driving around, in New Orleans, the new year means new traffic cameras. City officials say they're going to be putting up 45 new cameras in 2017, most of them located in school zones. Once the cameras are up, drivers exceeding the speed limit by 6 miles an hour, they're going to be given a ticket. Additional cameras are expected to bring in millions of dollars in new revenue to that city. You know, Louisiana drivers really are the worst. CarInsuranceComparison.com ranking Louisiana and Texas drivers as the worst in the United States. The study found that Louisiana drivers are the least likely to obey traffic signals. We're also ranked 5th for careless driving, 6th when it comes to drunk driving. Behave out there. Up next on CBS This Morning, if music is good for the soul, can it be good for grapes? Seth Doan reports on a vineyard in Tuscany that has classical music played to it every day. Why not? And from us at 8:55, your Louisiana leaders ready to get to work. First, though, they have to take those oaths of office. Get you all caught up. First, though, Jeff's going to have your forecast. It's an important one. He's next. Traffic. From there to New Year's laws. With this new year comes new laws. 19 new or updated laws taking effect as soon as the clock struck 12. That'd be Sunday morning. One biggie, a hike in water system fees. You're going to pay for drinking water inspections, they tell us. Another big law allows state museums to hire their own police officers. Again, you had about 19 new or updated laws taking effect. In addition to those new laws, we've got new folks writing the laws. Baton Rouge, you got 2 new council members going to be sworn in. Dwight Hudson from the 9th District, Barbara Freiberg, of course, for the 12th District. Additionally, the Metro Council will be voting on electing their President Pro Tem a little bit later on this morning. That position currently held by District 1 Councilman Chandler Liu. Well, whoever the council elects as pro tem, of course, will be responsible for filling in for the newly elected mayor president, Sharon Weston Broome, if she's unable to attend those meetings. One event she will definitely be attending, though, of course, the inauguration tonight, the River Center there, the theater. The event and the after party open to the public. Broome is asking attendees to bring donations for the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank as well. One little canned item ought to do it. In D.C., a new class of senators, representatives as well, set to take on the Capitol tomorrow, including Louisiana's very own. That'd be Republican John Kennedy. Says once he's sworn in, of course, he'll resign as state treasurer. Kennedy, one of 8 new senators on the Hill in 2017. Of course, Republicans have the majority, both houses up there at the Capitol. Those newly minted lawmakers don't seem like they're going to be wasting any time. We got Mayor Broom scheduled to address the business community, Baton Rouge Area Chamber tomorrow. In fact, she's expected to address increased minimum wages, better benefits for Baton Rouge workers. Both of those part of her campaign platform. We'll see. Again, inaugurations today, tomorrow. Have it all for you. All right, stay with us. Coming back with a look at what you can expect from us tomorrow on 9 News This Morning.
Thanks so much, Johnny. You know, John Kennedy just left his position as state treasurer 1 week ago, and the race to be the next state treasurer is on.
I think the position's turned into more of a watchdog position, and those are things that I have advocated for since being in the legislature. Strong fiscal policies, conservative economic policies.
Representative John Schroeder was the first to jump into the race. He's served in the state house for 9 years and has come out strong against the state's budget, at one point calling it, quote, structurally broken. As treasurer, he says he wants to spend state money wisely. Several other leaders have floated their names around as possible candidates, including a handful of Republicans. At this point, the election is set for October. Ron J. Henson is currently serving as interim treasurer. At this point, no one else has officially announced their candidacy. Now, speaking of finances, students have already seen large cuts to the scholarship program TOPS. Now, some of those cuts could become permanent. The Board of Regents is recommending a cut to scholarships for freshmen and sophomores. Now, under the new merit-based proposal, freshmen would pay 20% of their tuition, sophomores would pay 10%, while juniors and seniors would have their tuition completely covered. That would only happen if students complete 30 credit hours over both semesters, summer school and intersession. We'll be right back.
Well, then there's this. A recent study ranked Louisiana in the bottom 10% when it comes to women living in poverty, female homicides, and wage gaps between men and women. Enter Helena Moreno. She's a state representative from New Orleans looking to change those statistics. Launched the Ignite Advocacy Network as an alert system for anyone interested in women's issues. As Moreno explains it, it's a way for people to be aware of and participate in women's issues.
Your legislator, or whether it's writing a letter to the editor, or even appearing at a hearing. It's so that we can really show legislators and policymakers that people across the state really care about these issues, that it's not just, you know, the 20 activists that you've been seeing a lot at the Capitol, that this is actually something that really matters to people in Louisiana.
1,600 people, in fact, signed up for the system in just the first 4 days. You can check out the website igniteforchange.org for some more information and to sign up for the program. Last night, Commissioner of Administration Jay Darden lit the 4th candle of the Hanukkah menorah. Many gathering to watch the event. Remember the miracle of Old Jerusalem, that's what that's about. Each night, of course, that new flame is added to the one there at the Capitol and, of course, in the homes of millions across the country. Today is also the 3rd day of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa's celebration of African heritage, African American culture. Each day of the holiday marked with a symbolic candle lighting of a certain principle as well. So from Christmas to Hanukkah to Kwanzaa, happy and merry. All right, stay with us. Coming back with a look at what you can expect from us today. 9 News at noon, tomorrow's morning show.
Thanks so much, Johnny. You know, while we were opening presents and celebrating the holidays, Governor John Bel Edwards was busy filling vacancies on Louisiana's college management boards. Edwards appointed 6 new members to the Board of Regents, 5 new members to the Southern System Board, and 4 to the UL System Board. The highly coveted positions are generally given to top campaign supporters. Edwards continued this trend with at least 3 appointees contributing to his campaign. One notable appointee, Charles McDonald, a former state lawmaker from Sterlington who worked to create the TOPS tuition program. Stay with us here on WAFB. We'll be back.
Johnny, thanks. Appreciate you. The Republican-controlled Congress and the president-elect have made the repeal of Obamacare their top priority. We know this. But without a replacement plan in place, thousands in Louisiana, tens of, could be at risk. State Health Secretary Rebecca Gee is saying, yes, the current system needs to reform, but that a total repeal with no backup plan would mean more than 370,000 people stand to lose their health insurance. That's just Louisiana, of course. The state could also run into some budgetary problems that were relieved by the Medicaid expansion. We'll see what ultimately happens. Up next on CBS This Morning, Tony Award-winning actress Cynthia Erivo discussing her role in the Broadway musical The Color Purple, which has its final performance, in fact, this weekend. And from us at 8:55, early dismissals across some of the viewing area here. Let you know when those kiddos of yours are going to be hopping off the bus. First, though, Diane with that forecast.